On this week's episode of Forever I Do.
One of the interesting things that I find out since COVID day, let me tell you, that Jamaica can book. Sorry. It take a global pandemic for my wife to go and cook. And she can cook too, you know.
Cook before.
When you do a wedding as an MC, persons must believe that you're a part of the family. And that is really the difference.
He didn't know she could cook until the pandemic. A lot of things have been revealed because of the pandemic, when we've had to go home earlier and spend more time indoors. Now, before I start Jamaica, I want to just say, when I look in our society and I look at some of the social issues, I believe we need to focus more on parenting, man and woman marriage, and parenting and proper parenting. Man and woman must marriage up. Man marry the women, build your families, yeah, and have proper parenting. We need that as a course in class, yeah, from primary school right up to high school. Teach your people them how to be good parents. And a perfect example, before I even get into this example and talk about how marriage is a beautiful thing, I've been married, I think this year is what, how many years now I'm married? I think 9 years this year. Lord have mercy, it's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you, it ain't all high, okay? There are little lows, okay? There are moments where you're like, oh, what did I do? But if you love each other and both of you are committed to the process, it can work, my people. Now, you saw a little clip there. I want to acknowledge our colleague here on the show, Dahlia Harris. You see her on this show as well, Tuesday mornings with Girl Talk. You see her on Thursday. She is the brain behind this show called Heart to Heart and Forever I Do. And we're going to go heart to heart with this couple who said Forever I Do 10 years ago. In this heart to heart, we speak to this couple. They stole our hearts, or they will steal our hearts, on Dahlia Harris's Forever I Do, which airs today on Dahlia Harris's YouTube channel. So we've seen clips and they've stolen our hearts. So we're going to give you a little preview. Married for 10 years and here to share their story are Tamika and Twain Harrison. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Hi. Good morning. Good morning, Jamaica.
I just love seeing man and woman couple up with some nice children. I love to see. You have 2 children. Oh. Are they sleeping right now?
Yes, hopefully they'll be sleeping for the duration.
Right.
Yeah, right. We'll see what happens. I know what it's. I know what it's like, but I know what it's like to have 2 children around the same this age group, 7 and 2, mine is 8 and 3. But I want you to walk me through your journey and what we're going to see on the show today, when Dahlia airs it on her YouTube channel. Tell me about when you first met.
Ooh.
Yeah, can you remember? Can you remember?
Yeah, it actually was a long time ago. We were in high school.
Yeah.
And I met him through his girlfriend at the time.
Oh. Are you named Monty? No, joke.
No, so we met through, we're in ISCF, so we met through ISCF circles, which is Inter-Secondary Christian Fellowship.
Right.
And we're in the same church family. So we would encounter each other at camps, at church activities, that type of thing. But we never really were friends until years later, probably in our early 20s, when we kind of crossed paths again through church activity, actually. And that's when we struck up a friendship and when we decided to take a step into a relationship.
And here you are 10 years later. I'm going to ask you some quick questions because I know these interview segments can be short. Before we find out what's going to be revealed in the show, we started off talking about the fact that you didn't know she could cook, Twain, that Tamika could cook until the COVID pandemic hit us. Talk to me. Are you serious? She never really cooked?
All right. So as you mentioned in the opening segment, Empress, the pandemic has kind of put us in situations where we're at home more, we're doing a lot of things, and we're very active people. We do 5Ks together, we play netball together, we run, we do all kind of things together. So we're very active people. And as you can imagine, as Tamika mentioned, church takes up a lot of our time as well. So we're really not at home very often. And so she hasn't really needed to because I'd be in the kitchen and that kind of thing. So now that we're home, and for a lot of time, Tamika is very particular about her eating, and I have never been interested in some of the things that Tamika eats. But being at home, and I've put on my COVID-19, maybe 19 pounds, and so I've adjusted my eating, and so she has been giving me the things that she's been eating, and so I've been trying to adapt to that. So that's where a lot of the cooking comes in, and she's pretty good. She'd be giving me a lot healthier food. So I never used to like it. I was like, "Ugh." So that's where it comes in.
Take me through the highs and the lows of marriage. Be straight up with me. The highs and the, because listen, I've been there, but before you even go there, I just our team put a graphic that said 9 years married. Is it 9 or 10?
Well, actually, it celebrated 10 in August.
Okay.
On August 8th, we celebrated 10.
Just want to correct that. Thank you.
So at the time of the show, it was 9.
Right. Okay. Okay. So the show aired when you were 9 years married. August is 10. Tell me about the highs and the lows. Straight up.
I mean, we like to be straight up. So, I mean, the thing about it is having a companion, somebody who is always there, somebody who you know is a real ride or die. And I mean, that's what Tamika is for me, 100%, no doubt about it. I bounce things off of her, even when she gives me advice, even when I don't want it. But she's that kind of person, and the fact that she puts herself out there all the time to make sure that me, the girls, her friends, her family, definitely have a solid person in their corner. That's really a high for me.
What about you, Tamika? What's your high?
Twain is a very stable, supportive person, and as he was saying, we're very busy. Me, probably the busiest of them all, and so to have him be the anchor, the person who pulls everything together. He is so good with the girls. I have 2 daddy's girls, and he is excellent with them. And so he hates hearing things like he's babysitting, because he's very much, as I said, the anchor, right, that too. But he's the anchor. He's the person that reminds me when I'm all over the place. He's the one that helps to center me, bring me back to the base, to the source, to everything like that. So it's something that I admired in him from when we first met, and something that has proven true, what is this, about 17 years later?
Yeah, so 17 years together. What's your love language, Tamika and Twain?
It's changed over the years, actually. I think mine has always been acts of service, which is why, for the most part, I would be the person doing things in the kitchen for the most part, or whatever the case may be. So mine has always been acts of service. I think Tamika's one
is words of
affirmation.
Listen,
which, as you can imagine, that
go ahead, Tamika.
I was saying, as you can imagine, sometimes as you're talking about the lows, sometimes trying to meet in the middle or learn how to receive love from, or how to understand the love that is being shared, or return love in a way that the other person would understand. That's actually such an excellent question, because we found out earlier on that was a good place to start, to understand that.
How's the love life, the romance life? Do you keep it going, or did COVID-19 keep it up, or is it like, I don't, can't bother with it? After 10 years, love life still alive?
Yes, ma'am.
When I say love life, y'all know what I'm talking about, that romance part,
Of course.
It's hard though, with 2 children.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll have to make it right. The thing about it is
maybe there'll be another one in a year's time.
We have some other plans, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Unfortunately, I have to leave it there. There's so many more questions I would love to ask, and I'm going to ask one more before I remind the viewers about the show. Simply, what advice would you give to your daughters as a dad, Twain, when they grow up and they want to meet somebody and get themselves in a relationship? Real quick, one word or one sentence of advice.
Be true to your heart.
Heart to heart. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Delia Harris's show today. It was shot when you were 9 years married. Now you're 10 years married. I just love to see these images. We need more of it. Absolutely beautiful. Bless you, King and Queen.
Thanks for having us.
Love no. That was Tamika and Twain Harrison. They have two beautiful girls, 7 and 2. And these are the images that make me smile. All right, my people, elections versus the pandemic. Pandemic. All right, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about that. Why is my floor manager annoying me? No. Clive, come here. I'm going to tell the people. You know I like to blame my team. No, I stopped for a minute because, let me start again. That was Tamika and Twain Harrison. I want to thank them so much for coming on. The images I love to see make me smile heart to heart.